Hello to everyone who might be listening to this. My name is Patrick Gunning, and you are tuned into a pilot episode of What Am I Saying? An audio-only show that I talk about random subjects or other things, and this show might be similar to my Description to Things show. In this pilot episode of the show, I am going to be talking about getting the task done, and the length for the following recording is around 8 minutes, and my only suggestion at this time is to listen to the whole entire recording, and I may do more episodes in the future if possible. So without further ado, let's start this recording. Time to start the recording. Something cannot just be celebrated as just yet until everything has been confirmed, done, and everything is working to plan as it should. Every task and every job has its set of rules that everyone in the group has to follow in order to get that task done, with an rival group adding even more additional rules to the already pre-existing rules that are already in place so no problems would occur. Tasks involve meeting with the terms and conditions set by the group, with more terms added to the pre-existing guidelines, not just only to get current tasks done, but also try and impress with the skills and that the group has to show. When getting a task done feels, no matter what it is, can show obligations. Doing a task which involves working with a group of people and getting to know one another in order to work as a team and all together show teamwork, and which would get the task done faster. A task can be challenging, but if the person chooses if they wish to take on with that task, then that person has the right to do so. It's no matter who that person does it and how they do it. There are different types of tasks out there, and it depends on what the task is and how it's set up. And a task can take a long amount or even a short amount of time, depending on how skillful that person really is. There are no tasks that are too big or too small that a person can handle, but how that person does it, just another story. Every task is set differently with their own set of rules and guidelines added to it. A task is in some way of a job or could lead to an employment opportunity for a person to make a living for themselves. Doing a task is building teamwork and communication skills and making friends along the way. A task is like a hands-on experience for either the individual or for the group that's doing it. Following a series of instructions in a task, if there is going to be instructions, is to make sure that everything is followed to plan or code as they should. A task is taking orders and doing the job the best they can, and to complete it on time as possible. Doing a task may show the person if they had talent or not, and if they can do any other tasks in the future if it comes along at all in their direction. Getting a task done can show that one person can do better than the other, and to be set as a good example for others to follow. Getting some sort of task is a way of learning new skills in things that person had never even done before, or even in their whole entire lives, or brushing up on their old skills that they have never done in a long time. Getting the task done shows everyone that you may be up to doing a challenge of actually doing it. Like every other task that has been finished, there's always some type of cleanup that comes along with it. Doing every single task is a first come basis that shows the person is willing to do anything for work. A number of tasks should be done in time first before moving on to the next one. Tasks is not just showing off skills, but also personality and attitude that the person gives when doing it. Working with a group and getting tasks done and working together most of the time can lead to completing the task faster. There are so many tasks that a person has to be done and completed if possible. There are different types of tasks, from something that is easy to done right through to something that is so hard. Some tasks can be done with less or more time when it's possible. A task can be done in order or randomly as long as the task has been completed. Doing some tasks can be done voluntarily or mandatory, depending on the type of tasks at the time. A task has been stated, it has been completed before another task can be started, or the first task not to be done in time. The doing a task would make the other person see that person can do things that others can do as well if they been given a chance to. Doing a task is like a form of work, and if the person can working so hard and do everything done without taking any form of shortcut and making little mistakes at the end of that task, and at times there might be a reward at the end that they truly earn for doing the hard work. There are different types of tasks that are happening all the time, and it's important for an individual if they do it willingly or if they've been asked by others to do it. Time to end the recording. You have currently come to the end of the recording of Getting the Task Done, which it's the pilot episode of What Am I Saying? And I hope if I can do more recordings of this in the near future, and for the listeners currently at this time, I see or hear yous next time, I hope. The following recording has been written, recorded and presented by Patrick Gunning, and this recording has been copyrighted in 2023 by Patrick Gunning, or aka PFGUN0.